Today was opening day. Huzzah!
Yay!
It should be a national holiday because
it is at my house.
Nobody's working anyway, right? So, how much baseball did you watch today, Brig?
Less than I needed to have. I'll be completely honest with you.
I went quad box.
Yeah, I did too.
Kind of rotated in, right? And I ended up watching most of probably like 6 games at once at one point.
Like all at once, yeah.
Yeah, and we ended up watching extra innings between the Marlins and Pirates. That was very exciting.
Yeah.
And real quick, okay, one takeaway from today with this. I think I've been saying this for a while. Replay is way slower than it should be.
Way slower.
Like the challenge system in replay. I have felt for a long time that if you cannot get indisputable evidence to overturn a call after 60 seconds, it probably doesn't exist. You need to move on.
I agree.
There were 2 plays challenged at the play. They were challenging whether the catcher was blocking the plate. And there was an extra inning, so it's important. I get it. Because those runs are a big deal. Both guys were out, so the offense challenged in both cases. Both teams ended up challenging them. And it was like 3 to 4 minutes. It felt like forever.
That's a long time.
And it was a long time. I was like, man, 60 seconds, tops.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, anyway. Brig, your Yankees snatched victory out of the jaws of defeat. It was almost snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory.
It was madness. I don't know. How many times can you ground into a double play with 1 out and the base is loaded?
I mean, theoretically 9, right?
Well, yeah, and they were reaching. They were reaching for that record.
That's got to be one of the most frustrating things over the last couple of years. It feels like teams have gotten to be so bad with the bases loaded over the last few years that everybody's trying to hit a grand slam, right? Because the approach overall is homer or bust, homer or nothing, right?
Right.
That there's not enough situational hitting, and it's so frustrating to watch anybody get the bases loaded these days.
I will say, though, not only did Juan Soto earn his first knock and his first RBI as a Yankee, but they had more runners on base in this one game than it felt like they had in any complete series all of last season.
There you go.
I'm telling you, dude, it was crazy to watch.
Against Framber Valdez, nonetheless.
Exactly. There were ducks on the pond constantly. And I was like, this is the coolest thing. They were hitting for contact, not purely for power. They got guys on. They were advancing the runners. Sometimes it was by virtue of a walk, which is fine. We'll take a walk. You can walk in a run sometimes. Anyway, it was great. And with the injuries that are problematic in the rotation and the rest of the lineup, they did great. Honestly, they should have rolled over and died and didn't, and I'm really very happy.
It was ugly there early for a little while.
Well, Nestor got ripped up.
He did. Yeah, Nestor was nasty in the wrong way.
Yeah, he was the wrong kind of nasty. That's exactly right.
Yeah, currently the Cubs and Rangers are tied 2-2 in the top of the 7th.
Ooh.
Cubs have 2 on, 2 out. So that's neat. But
that is neat.
I don't know. I watched, what was the first game that started today? I watched it.
Orioles, Reds.
The Orioles the Orioles, the Orioles and the Angels. And you know what, man? It took like 8 innings for anybody on that Angels roster to do anything besides Mike Trout. Mike Trout homered in his first at bat, and I was like, very cool. Mike Trout hits the first home run of the season. Good for him. Amazing. Yep. The Angels are going to lose this game 5-1. And at one point, the score was 5-1. Right. With the Angels losing, it's like don't count. But the final score is much worse. It's 11-3 in that game, and I was like, I give Mike Trout 18 months before he requests a trade. 18 months tops. He's out of there. Well, asking to be out of there. He's the only guy who does anything on that team.
That's true, but you think he'll actually leave?
He is looking increasingly frustrated, Brig.
How could you not be?
I don't know how he wasn't frustrated 3 years ago. Ohtani was frustrated 2 years ago.
Exactly.
Right?
That's exactly right.
I don't know.
And they both, in that 2 or 3 year period, they both gave literally everything there was to give.
Yes.
Until last season when Mike Trout was like, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah,
it's just how it seemed. I don't know. I can't say that that's what he was doing.
This is one thing is that you've seen Mike Trout out in center field rolling his eyes at guys not pointing stuff out to each other, that stuff is going on, right? Like yes. There was somebody tipping his pitches and Mike Trout could see it from center field. Like, dude, come on, man. You like your glove, but nobody's saying anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think he's going to reach a tipping point and he's going to demand a trade here with sometime, like I said, 18 months tops.
Makes sense to me, honestly.
Anything else you saw today that was meaningful or interesting?
Yeah.
What's that?
The Yankees' new road grays without the white piping around New York and without the cuff piping. It's rocket fire, my friend. I am a retro junkie.
Yeah.
And I'm a purist in so many definitions, especially with baseball. And to watch this retro become new again, it's the best, man. It's the best. I'm just waiting to buy my own. Just waiting.
Yeah.